everybody.
Hi.
This is my mom, and she had a challenge.
I challenged Staci when I watched her wedding makeup video. The look was amazing, and I think she's so talented with the way she's able to do her makeup, and I could never do it in a million years. But anyway, I challenged her to what if you have somebody that doesn't know how to do makeup, doesn't know what contouring is, doesn't know what stippling is, doesn't know anything about brushes or the first thing about mascara or anything like that. So I texted her after watching the video and I said, hey, I give you a challenge to purchase 3 or 4 items and create a look, spending $20-25 for these 4 items. So we decided to go shopping together, and
that was interesting. So I will show you guys a clip of that with me and my mom just talking, shopping. We did go to Walmart and we got 4 items. Hey everybody, good morning. Say good morning. Good morning. So we are. No. We'll go in a second, okay? All right? Okay. Okay. We'll go in a second. So guys, we are going to the store. We're meeting my mom because she gave me a challenge, and I will tell you a little bit more about that challenge when I see my mom, because she'll give me like more of the details. But so the challenge is using 3 to 4 products that you buy at the drugstore. So what you can find at like Walmart or Target or in the drugstore section of Ulta Beauty, you create a makeup look. So 3 to 4 products. So I gotta ask my mom what the rules are, like price, and what I'm limited on, if it has to be like one specific brand. Like if we go to Ulta, am I allowed to buy like Essence, Makeup Revolution that you can't find in other places? So we'll get the details from her.
you're not having to do a powder to set it.
Yeah.
So
I'd probably just buy blush and a little mini eyeshadows and call it a day.
okay.
Blush, like these are so pretty. This is pretty. This one's called Rose Silk. It's an orange undertone, but it's pretty. Ooh, Natural Rose. Somebody, looks like it was kind of open. But this one's pretty too. Classic Pink and Flush.
I was just looking at Flush.
Yeah, because that's more natural looking. Yeah, I would just buy a blusher. Yeah.
You don't want to go like too extreme, because then it doesn't look.
Yeah. And then I would probably buy just a eyeshadow palette.
A simple eyeshadow. So we stuck with one brand, and we chose Covergirl. Covergirl is the brand that I used all the time when I was a teenager. So we got a 3-in-1 foundation. It's a foundation and concealer, and it's a powder finish, so you don't have to use a powder on top of this. And this was only,
I think it was like $7.99 or something.
let's see, $7.44. Now these are Walmart prices, so, and we're in upstate New York, so your prices may be a little bit different, but so for $7.44, it's a 3-in-1 foundation. The next basic thing that we got was mascara.
Braxton tried opening it.
Yes, he decided he wanted to open it. Anyway, we got the Very Black. We had a conversation when we were shopping about how your eyelashes are not brown black. They are black. And then we also went with something that's not waterproof. Waterproof mascara, it can actually hurt your eyelashes because it's so hard to take off. I don't use the waterproof, so we went with just a regular black mascara.
So there was a video that I did that had this mascara that I tried out, and it was a full face of like kind of like new product from Makeup Revolution, and then this was a new one from Covergirl, and I didn't realize this was waterproof, and it sucks. So go watch that video. But this doesn't come off your lashes, so yeah, that's just a great example. So go watch that video. You guys can see how a waterproof applies to a non-waterproof, which I never used waterproof on my channel anyway, so that could be why I didn't like it, because it was waterproof and it sucked.
So we decided to go for a blush, just a plain one color palette blush, and again, it's CoverGirl, and this was only $3.94. Now they did have some three color palettes that were like $5 or $6, but we decided to go with the one color, just because they didn't have the colors that would look right for our skin tone. So that's why we went there.
This is actually one of my favorite blushes. Not this specific color. I don't even think I have this color, but I have used this before. It's probably one of the top rated blushes, even though the packaging is so awkward. Like, this is a great blush formula, so I can't wait to put that on you.
Okay, so then last but not least, we decided to go with a 4 color eyeshadow, and this is only $4.93. So with our tax and everything, it came to $23.38. So for a beginning,
so 4 items
for a beginning makeup bag, less than $25. Yeah. So
all right. So that was kind of funny.
Can you tell we're mother and daughter? Yeah. We're going to be doing just a basic look with these 4 products, and we're going to use the applicators that come with the products that we purchased. I know. For those that have never used makeup before, I guess I should let you know, I was a licensed cosmetologist, and that's how I learned about makeup. I just learned through cosmetology how to do my makeup and stuff, and I learned about, you know, the muscles and things about the face, and I learned different things that you need to know that are super, super important. So anyway, so we've got this mascara.
So we're gonna open up all the packages really quick here. So once you actually like get this foundation together, it is a compact, so you can actually open and close it, which I do like that, so it keeps it sanitary. It has a really nice mirror in here. The packaging kind of feels cheap, but I mean, it's drugstore. And then obviously it has a place for the little foamer. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the foundation first. We're just going to go through this. It's all getting applied on my mom. And we shade matched her because she has more of a yellow undertone. So this is actually in the shade 410 Classic Ivory. And Ivory has more of a yellow undertone, and that's what she has, whereas I'm more of a pink undertone. I have a cool undertone. She's more warm. And I'm going to have you take off your glasses. So this is a cream formula, obviously, from what we told you, and very, very creamy, actually. So we're just taking the little applicator, and I'm going to, pretty much, we're going to do it how I usually apply my foundation. So you're going to stipple, which is where you actually kind of just like pat the product on, and then you're also going to drag it out in certain areas as well. And
the under eye area is the most delicate area of your entire face.
And you don't want to sweep out because it will actually cause wrinkles.
There's some muscles and tendons through this area, so you never sweep out, you always sweep up in.
Or stipple.
Or stipple. That works too.
So we're covering her Nana bags. I have mom bags, you have Nana bags.
That's right. The
so
joy
far,
of being 53.
Yeah. So far this is actually a pretty decent shade match. It might be just a little bit too light because you are getting tanner in here. But on a normal day when Nana isn't tan, you know, usually you're not out in the sun.
Usually I'm working 40 hours a week in an office and not getting out in the sun. And COVID has had me home for the last, well, since March 15th. So what is that? April, May, June. Yeah, this is my 4th month, so I've been out in the sun and I've really been enjoying it.
Me being a person who does my makeup every day, I would put on like a moisturizer, I would put on a primer. But this is for somebody who's just basically starting out, doesn't really know anything about makeup. Obviously my mom does because that's what she went to school for. It was her profession for a very long time.
But believe me, we did not get in, you know, the people that were professional makeup artists, they got into all the different things like, you know, how to do now, like the contouring and all the fun stuff that you do.
Yeah.
But just a regular cosmetologist, we learned just very, very minimal, basic ways to put on makeup.
And back then, makeup wasn't as revolutionary or as...
We basically
It
had...
evolved very fast within the past 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
In the 80s, it really didn't. I watched plenty of YouTubers who were like, even 10 years ago, you didn't have a launch every week. You had a launch maybe a quarter.
Yeah, we didn't have like the Wet n Wilds, the Elves. We didn't have...
You had Revlon.
Maybe
Covergirl.
Maybelline. L'Oreal. And I think that's about it. Now, like in the counter makeups, I
know there was like Estee Lauder you used to freak out about.
What was the one that Clinique was what my sister loved to use, but hell, it was expensive. I was a high schooler, you know, babysitting on a Saturday for, you know, $1 an hour, and didn't have a whole lot of money. I only had like $10 of fun money, and so I didn't have a ton of money to go buy makeup, so I used drugstore, and we didn't have Ulta Beauties back then. We had you had your beauty supply stores, but mostly what you bought at your beauty supply stores was your manicure stuff, your actual products for the masks and the cleansers, things like that. You didn't really have a lot of makeups that I remember having at the beauty supply stores, and that was where only a licensed cosmetologist could purchase. You know, the everyday person could not go in and purchase them.
Okay, so we're going in with the blush, and I'm doing a little swatch for you guys here. It's a very... It actually kind of reminds me of like a poppy, pinky spring blush, not mostly summer, but the formula is really creamy. These blushes have been reviewed on YouTube so many times. They're actually one of my favorite blushes to use. And this one, I don't remember what the color was.
Rose, I think.
Flushed. It's called Flushed.
Oh, okay.
Rouge de Plaisir. This is called Flushed, and the reason why we picked... Oh wow, that brush like really... Wow. The reason why we picked this is because it's more natural for my mom's skin tone. It's something that I would actually wear myself. Sometimes I wear something a little bit darker depending on the season, but because it is summer, we want something bright and, you know, colorful that brings a little bit of natural dew to your skin. But look at the fallout in there. Let's see if you... That's from this brush that comes with the blush. My blush brush would probably not do this because these are so like ink.
They're it's a harder bristle because they're so short. Yeah.
So we're going to what I'm doing is I'm dipping into this and all the fallout in the pan, and we're tapping it off, and then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to stipple this on her face first to kind of get the color on there, and then we will kind of buff out with...
So you're just using a light circular motion like this with the brush, the side of the brush or the tip if you're able to get it. Depends on if you have a heavy hand. And, you know, just practice because it takes time. I
already showed them how to use it. I already showed them how to use it. No.
Okay, when you do with the other brush, how bad is the fallout?
I can't tell because it's really bad, but I just used it and it picked up all of the product that was actually in the pan part. I'm still going to obviously tap it away, but you see it picks up the pigment a lot better.
You see how it looks with using the store.
Yeah.
I can't see without my glasses on. It's like a streak on but I can just... I know from my own experience, I know what it looks like.
Well, and the thing is that brush was actually starting to strip away some of the foundation on your face, which I don't want it to do. So we're going in with a very light hand, and this brush is actually from AOA, so it was $1. So you don't have to, and this is actually a very nice blush brush for $1. You can't go wrong with this blush at all. This is the AOA F14, so you can find this on Shop Miss A. I did like an entire haul like a year ago, right after Claire was born. But if you notice, like, it definitely puts the pigment on a lot more, and it disperses it more evenly, and because the bristles are denser and they're softer, it actually doesn't leave a lot of kickback in the pan, and this blush formula is just so good.
Staci has a light hand, but I could feel the bristles of that smaller brush.
So that's
where when she was using the other brush, it felt like it was just gently tickling my skin, and it didn't feel that.
So we did not include a bronzer with this like startup kit because a lot of people don't really use bronzer when they start with their makeup routine. It's something that I learned even over time. I didn't have any type of bronzer in my collection for up until about a year to 2 years ago when I started YouTube. Did I actually start using a bronzer to like warm up my face and do that type of thing? Now you can use a bronzer. There are definitely tutorials here on my channel that show you how to use a bronzer, how to apply it. But we're not doing that today because a part of this like basic kit is just to show you like these are some of the things that you can buy that will give you like a basic look, like we said in the beginning. So
gives you some practice on how to apply your basic makeups.
Yeah. So we're going to use this Covergirl neutral palette. She took the
uh-oh, what did I do?
See, this is one thing we don't like about Covergirl is that they put the name of the palette like on the little plastic thing, and
I thought I put it on the back. Hang on.
Oh, you did. It's called Al Fresco. It's 202 Al Fresco, and this is a very neutral palette. There were a couple of ones that we looked at in store, and we decided on this one because it comes with a really nice brow highlight, a very beautiful foil shade, and then some great transition shades that you can actually use as smoky eye shades, like eventually when you learn how to use or do a smoky eye.
Okay, so you're talking Greek to me. You're talking about a foil color and a matte color. What do you mean by those
So
terms?
I am going to swatch these for you. So this one's more of a satin, which it has a little bit of a shimmer in it, as you can tell. Even in pan it has a shimmer, but it isn't completely, no, it's okay.
Okay.
Which this isn't swatching very well. You can kind of see it. This one's more of a skin tone, and that's probably why too, because it's kind of matching in with my skin tone, but it is a really pretty like sheen color. It is more of a satin because it has like sparkles in it, but it's like mixed between a foil and a satin formula. It's really hard to explain, but it is really pretty. I mean, it's like a very neutral skin tone color. A foil is where it's like...
Even on my skin, it's like you can't even see it. But you can see the shimmer, so it would be a good over look.
So this one is a foil. And the foils are usually more pigmented, and they have that luster, that shine, that is really pretty.
So it's looking at your eyes, like your eyes look gorgeous. They look like a sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Did you use a foil type of eyeshadow?
All of them are. All of the ones that I used are foil, and they were actually from Terramoon's Cosmetics, which is an indie brand.
Gotcha.
So, and then a matte is just a matte. It has no dimension to it. It's one color, whereas like a foil may have like maybe a shimmer of an undertone. A matte color like this one here, it's going to be one color, very flat. That's why it's called matte. But as you can tell, it doesn't have any kind of like shimmer in it. And this one is also a matte, which is great for, that one's actually really good. Look how it's swatched on my finger.
Oh, wow.
So it's not terrible because it's not getting super patchy. Their formula has changed and it's gotten a lot better. So like Covergirl formulas I used to have a huge problem with because they were just really patchy. So these ones are better than what they used to be, especially that foil formula is very pretty, bright. It's like, it kind of reminds me of some of the color pop shadows that I get. Like I said, that one's more of an affordable brand, but they have really great shadows. Not like these where it's like one swipe and you are done with the Terramoons.
So may have to do a lot of layering with this.
Yeah. So we're gonna try the little applicator. Just two little sponger sides.
Did you want to do one side with the applicator and then one side with the brush and see how?
Yes.
Alrighty.
So we're gonna do the right.
Left eye. This is my left eye.
We'll do the left eye that she's currently blind with the applicator. Yeah, you're trying to teach Braxton that and I can't even do it myself.
The matte.
We're going to be using the matte shade first, which these don't actually have names on them.
It's just one name for the entire palette.
Yeah,
so.
al fresco.
Which is the way Covergirl's always been, so.
Yeah. So, we're going to, because this one matches more of her skin tone and it's going to prep her eye, I'm putting this on the lid. So I'm just doing a light coat on her eyes just to kind of like even out everything and, you know, make it look gorgeous. And then we're going to take this foil color and I'm going to put this on your lid. We'll see how this works. Sometimes these actually work better with the applicator because it kind of pigments it all over your lid. I can't.
You have to do one side with just the applicator, my dear.
But it looks awful.
I know. But this is where you're going to really see a difference using the exact same product, using the store applicator that comes with the product.
Yeah, like this one, tons of fallout. It's getting all over her face. I'm kind of wishing I had done her eyeshadow first. And it's just not pigmenting well on your eye, like at all. Like you can get some really pretty looks with this eyeshadow, but I mean, because of the way that the applicator puts it on your eye, it just doesn't look at all. Yeah, gonna wipe away your fallout.
So what she's using right now is just a makeup wedge. That they're like, for 100 of them are like $5-6, and they're really good for erasers.
Pretty much. You don't want to use your spit to clean your eye.
Never use your spit for your eye.
So, I mean, her eye still looks really one-dimensional. It didn't really build up the color very well, like at all. These things are just horrible. Like I said, sometimes they work really, really well if you have a really pigmented foil shade, and sometimes they work well because they can sometimes pick on the color, but this one didn't do so much. Oops. So we're gonna just take some brushes that I got from wish.com, which these were $1 and I fairly like them. So we're going to do the same technique on the same colors on this side of her eye, where we're taking like this skin tone color, applying it to her entire eyelid. This is the other thing with the brush, is that you always will be able to see, like, you're able to build up the color very nicely with a brush, whereas with the applicator that it comes with, not so much.
Another trick, Staci's not doing it, but a trick to, when you're doing your makeup, if you use your pinky to kind of anchor your hand, sometimes that helps if your hand tends to go in and out a lot. So that's just something that we learned. Staci does makeup so effortlessly, she doesn't even have to use that technique. Well, and I'm feeling like little fallout even with using the brushes.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm feeling it on my nose.
So they're creamy when you swatch them, but they're not that great when you... I've also heard that their bigger compacts have a lot more payoff than what these do. They're very pretty, but this one just doesn't have... It's like, no... I mean, it's pretty, but it's very subtle. It's not like this swatch at all. Like, these swatch decently well, but it's not paying off the way that it should be, which is very disappointing. Covergirl, Covergirl. So,
but lesson learned, we spent the money, you don't have to.
Yeah. So, top 10 makeup products that suck. We're going to have you put on the Professional 3-in-1 mascara. So
when you first get your mascara, I don't know if you can see, there's not much product on there. So you want to put your mascara wand back in after you open it and just kind of swirl it around. Never pump it to try and get the product on there, because all that does is it adds air into the tube. And that dries out your mascara, and then you have to go get new mascara.
And it actually creates bacteria as well. That's why a lot of people, you will get an eye infection if you pump your mascara. So that's just a no-no.
So what I'm doing when I'm putting it on, I'm starting at the base of my eyelashes and just kind of doing a wiggle back and forth and going out. So I'm base of eyelashes back and forth and going up at the same time.
Like, I gave you the Essence/Princess one. That's a $4.99 mascara. Cheaper than this, actually. Do you remember me giving you one of those? And you're like, oh my god. Yeah. It is probably one of the best mascaras that you can buy. It's from Essence, and you can buy it at Ulta Beauty, but it's $4.99, so if you're looking for a really good drugstore mascara, the Essence/Princess False Effect one. It blew her away. I wore it when I got married. I've had it in so many videos on my channel. It is literally the best mascara. I haven't been able to find anything that beats it, and it's $5. Like, it's so good. It's not terrible, but it could definitely be performing better.
Yeah. So this is not a mascara that I would recommend. But again, we chose CoverGirl. We wanted to go with inexpensive to get a starting line of makeup. So, you know, it's our money. This way you're not wasting your money. So far, we really like
the blush. Is
the blush,
hands down good.
That's awesome. And then the foundation, the two.
Yeah, it did a really good job actually covering and filling in. I think if you had a primer to minimize your pores, fill in your wrinkles, it would definitely do an even better job. Sorry, I mean, I'm just saying. I have wrinkles too, so. Yeah,
so both of these products we definitely recommend for your starting. Cute. For your starting makeup kit. And then, what are some inexpensive eyeshadows and mascaras that someone could pick up at, say, a Walmart, Target, CVS?
So these are the e.l.f. bite-sized. Excuse me. These are the e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadows, and they come in. These are all of the varieties that they come in. They have the rose water, the pumpkin pie, carnival candy, and then they have like more of a smoky eye one, which this one is truffles, and then we have the cream and sugar.
Yeah.
The cream and sugar are actually compared to a Natasha Denona, and it's very, very similar. The payout on the foil shades are amazing, and one of these is $3. $3. So
yeah. So here we spent
$5.
about the same amount of money for the CoverGirl brand, and then
yeah,
these actually do work well. So
they do. They work very, very well. Like the foils, which are these two here, and two mattes. The mattes go on very, very seamlessly. They're not patchy. The foils are very bright, and they have a really great pigmented payoff, and they're creamy. Like if you stick your finger, you can just, you know, swatch away.
Yeah.
Whereas these ones, as soon as, you know, I touched it, it was falling off all over my hand. The foils are, oh my god, like, just look at that payout. So these are really, really great shadow bait. But for $15, even this, like $15 of bite-sized shadows.
That's a lot of eyeshadow. A lot of looks you can come up with.
And they're all very, very pigmented, and they have a great blendability.
But anyway, if you have any questions, comment below, and we'll get back to you, and we'll help you out as much as possible. And
if you guys want to see my mom on the channel again, I actually have some other things that we're going to be talking about in another video with my mom on my channel, and mostly about makeup, obviously.
Shocked!
I guess that's all we really talk about on here. But I hope you guys like this video. Give it a good thumbs up and subscribe so you guys can see more of my mom, more of me, and we will see you later. Bye.
Have a great day, guys.